We're going to look at an introduction to matrices. So if you have one, it's called a matrix, plural is matrices. Matrices are used to organize large sets of data. They are also used in solving systems of equations. So if you have like a bunch of variables you're trying to solve for and a bunch of equations and you don't want to do everything by hand, you can do it by using matrices. They are used in computer graphics and coding, and also in engineering and physics. So there's a lot of applications to matrices, but we're just going to look at a basic introduction to them today. So this is a matrix. If we want to find the order of matrix A, we need to count the rows and the columns. So there's 1, 2, 3 rows. Rows go horizontally by 2 columns. And I would actually circle each row and the columns because it's easy to kind of get the rows and columns mixed up even though you know rows go horizontally. But think of like columns on the White House or something. Columns go vertically like this. So you write it, when you write the order, you do the rows by the columns. Rows always comes first. Number 2, find B21. So this is lowercase b, which means we're talking about matrix B, but not the whole matrix, just one element in matrix B. So it's a way of locating an element. In matrix B, again, rows go first. So we're looking at row 2, column 1. So row 2 with column 1, that's going to be 7. And sometimes you'll see this question without the comma there, but you would use it the same way that we use this. And then we want to find 2 times A minus 3 times B. So this is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to do 2 times matrix A. I would copy down everything. Minus 3 times matrix B. So first you can start by distributing. When you're multiplying by a number, you just distribute it in. So that's 2 times 0 is 0, negative 10. And now we have 2 options. We can either distribute a positive 3 and keep this a minus, or distribute a negative 3 and change this to a plus. I would distribute a negative 3 and change it to a plus, just because I see people make less mistakes when they do it this way. So it'd be negative 12, negative 18, negative 21. Now when we add them together, we just have to make sure they're the same dimensions. So this is 3 rows by 2 columns, and this is also 3 by 2. So we are able to add them together. That's the same with adding and subtracting. So we can just look at each spot. 0 plus negative 12, or 0 minus 12 is negative 12. Negative 10 plus negative 18, or negative 10 minus 18 is negative 28. So this was just a basic introduction. In the next couple of videos, we're going to be multiplying matrices, which is a lot harder than adding and subtracting.